right? I'll turn it off. That should restore the ley lines in the area.
Damn, this Layla was fast.
Nice work.
So she's way more efficient at
I
sleepwalking.
didn't do any of the real work. I'm just wrapping up. She'll probably wake up soon. No doubt she'll be a little disoriented at first, but once she's got her bearings, she'll go and report that she shut down this disruptor. Will you be staying here for a while? Or are you going to check on the other contestants?
Oh, time to check our locator. Whoa, it looks like Kaveh and Farozan are headed towards the same place.
It's always those two.
Perhaps they're about to find the last disruptor. Also, speaking of Kaveh, he's an interesting one.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Before the second round, he had a chat with the other me. He said that worries can be like illnesses. They don't always have a magic cure. Sometimes you just have to endure them as best you can until they run their course. But the way I see it, his situation is much worse than my other self's. She just hadn't found what she wanted to do at the moment, which is why she felt lost. Kaveh, meanwhile, knows what he wants to do. He's convinced that he has to win, and yet he still seems conflicted. He doesn't have a second personality, but somehow seems that he's at odds with himself in some way.
She does have the
I don't know exactly how to describe it. It's like he's smiling on the outside, but there's no joy inside.
That's so
sorrow.
fascinating to me.
Still, who knows? He must be more experienced than me. Maybe he's just better at dealing with it all than I am. But back to the topic of wrapping up. Shouldn't you be getting back to the action to record how everything plays out? Last one, then the round's over.
Oh, true. Okay then, guess we'll be going now. We'll keep everything you said in mind.
That's so interesting to me.
Kaveh and Farozan were super confident at the start, but it turns out they're the last ones to find a disruptor. But between the two of them, who's going to get there first? Let's head over quick.
So Layla's sleepwalking is actually a lot more drastic than I thought it would be. Her sleepwalking is literally altering the personality. So Layla has the ID. Needless to say, I'm kinda surprised by this. Well, I mean, like, I know about Layla sleepwalking and she's not aware of her alternate self. Or because that's the thing with sleepwalking. You have no idea what you're doing when you're sleepwalking. I did not know it's gonna be this drastic to the point where it's a complete different personality. I thought it was just gonna be like a little small thing. Not this big.
It should be around here.
That's... Huh.
Finally found it.
Kaveh? Are you?
Oh, Madame Farozan. And here I thought you would have finished this round by now.
Farozan, Kaveh!
They both found it.
Oh, looks like Layla's already done.
That was Layla's
I didn't
submission.
expect that you and I would find a disruptor at the same time. How are the other contestants doing?
Tainari and Hat Guy forfeited, while Sino and Layla are already done. You two are the only ones left. Huh? That's weird. Didn't you start digging really early on?
Yes, I kept digging, but instead of finding a disruptor, I found a ruin. I fell down pretty deep, and it was completely dark in there. It took me quite some time to unlock the various mechanisms and return to the surface.
That's actually really impressive.
Finishing a week's worth of trials in such a short time. Huh. That's pretty amazing, Madame Farozan.
What about you? Why are you so late?
I encountered a lot of lost desert foxes along the way, and I brought them to the outskirts of the competition zone. When I came back, I was absolutely parched. And then I blacked out. Probably from the heat, you know? When I woke up, it was already night. I used the last of my strength to come here.
A most curious reason indeed. But are you sure you're all right? It sounds like you were in an incredibly dangerous situation. You said you were familiar with the desert, but the way you handle problems... It does feel rather at odds with your title as a genius.
I think Kaveh is just
It
overwhelmed.
was
if
problematic,
anything.
but that had nothing to do with me being a genius. It was my decision. The way I did things wasn't optimal, but I wouldn't have been comfortable not doing it either. My conscience would have weighed on me.
Youths these days, each stranger than the next. But back to the main issue at hand. Since we are both very certain that this is where the final leyline disruptor is, let's dig it up then. Well, this is indeed it. Of that there is no doubt. But how shall we count the score this time? What is it, youngster? You seem relieved.
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that this round's finally over. There shouldn't be any more innocent creatures getting wrapped up in danger. As for the points, I guess we can draw lots again later. I can't think of anything better.
Didn't Frost say she was gonna give you the
Alright,
points?
In that case, let's all head back to Aru Village. Paimon thinks you'll both need some water and rest.
I thought Frost said that she was gonna give you the points, and when you both found it again. Is it gonna be another situation where Farsight wins the lots again?
Looks like the second round is over. I wonder who is faster, Kaveh or Madame Farazan? Huh? Where's Madame Farazan?
Oh,
She went to get water. She'll be back shortly. We basically arrived at the same time, so we'd like to draw lots again.
You get caught up in some things so easily, like drawing lots.
I'm not caught up in anything! Don't make it sound like I take pleasure in having bad luck!
Really? Then should I say that you have a curious affinity for drawing lots?
I'll go get the box and slips of paper for the
Nimu's
lots.
like, what's going
Please
on
wait a
between you
moment.
two?
Oh, here we go again. Let's see how I fare.
Oh, actually.
I got it! Did you see that? I won!
Congratulations!
How much more I bet that this loss was rigged
Looks
towards
like
his favor
Kaveh
this
likes
time?
taking a turn for the better.
How much more I bet that he
Finally! After all this time!
It looks like you've been rewarded for your tribulations in the desert. This round's points are yours.
So it's Sino's. Wait, was it rigged?
And with that, our second round is done. Sino, Layla, and Kaveh are our victorious contestants. As for the current standings, let me see.
Sino has 4 points, right? Tenor has 3.
Sino and Layla both
Layla's
have
4.
4 points, putting them both in first place. The rest in descending order are Tainari, Farazan, Kaveh,
And
Kaveh.
Frost and Kaveh are in
The
tied
next
as
round
well.
will be the final one. Please rest up before then, everyone.
Actually, wait, no, I think about it. No, it's
I
4,
heard
3,
that
2,
some
1.
stalls at the Wisdom Gala are debuting new games, so feel free to drop by if you're interested. Otherwise, see you next round.
Wait, that's it? Okay, okay, I was about to say. Let's go to the Academia booth. Wait, so is it just gonna be like a mix between the Wisdom Gala and the tournament itself? Is this just gonna be rotating between both arcs? Also, how much do I bet that the loss were rigged towards Kaveh's favor? Because Farazan wanted to give him the points anyway.
It feels like something's been on your mind this entire time.
That white-haired man I saw before the competition started.
Traveler, Paimon. I finally found you.
They're involving everybody again.
Finally? Did something happen?
Don't you feel like there's something off about this year's Academia Extravaganza? When Candace and I were at the cafe earlier, we might have caught sight of some mercs on business. Thing is,
Oh, you saw
they were
mercs too?
disguised as tourists here to shop. But no disguise can mask the stench of blood. Just from their suspicious looks, I bet they do dirty work like kidnapping or assassinations.
We eavesdropped on them for a while. Their target seems to be someone called Sachin.
Sachin? Isn't that the person who Karina mentioned during the opening ceremony? He's apparently the sponsor behind the competition prizes and the Diadem of Knowledge, but he hasn't shown himself at all.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like a rich person, all right. It makes sense now. The Eremites have been struggling to make ends meet recently, so a lot of groups have been doing private work that involves the rich.
So this is the tale of two different
In their
stories.
words, one gig sets you up for half a year. Just one job like this nets them enough mora to take it easy for a while.
The extravaganza has brought many tourists to Sumeru City all at once, so it's likely that they took advantage of the bustle to sneak in. Dehya and I wanted to directly capture them, but they were on guard and made some excuse to slip away.
I would have tied him up if it wouldn't have caused a scene. Who's legally supposed to take care of this kind of thing? The Matra or the Core of 30?
If Sino were here, he'd definitely get involved. Why don't we head over to the Academia and tell Amatra? Thanks a million, you two.
Not at all. It was coincidence on our part as well.
Yeah, don't sweat it. The Eremites' reputation is gonna get even worse if these scumbags succeed. But this is Sumeru City. Candace and I don't have as much freedom to act here, so we're leaving this in your hands.
Should you require our aid, come find us at the cafe.
So it seems like this event is a tale of two different stories in a way. One focusing on the International Championship, and one focusing on the Eremite mercenaries.
Something's bugging you. Is it the extravaganza? Cause
But they're also kind of
I'm
linked because
starting to think that there's more than meets the eye
Sachin was
here,
ever
too.
mentioned with the in the championship, but now he's been mentioned in the Eremite arc.
Thinking like this isn't doing anything. Let's just go find Amatra.
So surely, of course, actors could link them both together, but how? We know that Sachin is the sponsor of the championship, and now we know that they're trying to rob him, right? So that's how they're connecting the two separate stories here.
Hey, isn't that the Matra we investigated Siraj with? Arav, wasn't it? Let's go talk to him.
This case, Raj. Isn't that the reference to all the carry the story quest?
Hello, both. It's been a while. Do you have any
Yeah,
issues to report?
I think it's the No Hate Him Carry the Story quest reference. Again,
Someone's planning to
like,
kidnap Sachin. Goodness. Though I suppose it's not all that surprising. The growing popularity of the extravaganza has given him quite the reputation boost as its sponsor. He's seen as one of these super rich types.
Well, since he's got a target on his back now, shouldn't you send some people to protect him?
To tell you the truth, we've thought about doing just that. However, Sachin apparently prefers to spend most of his time out doing field work, and hardly ever comes back to Sumeru City. No one has been able to contact him. Our only lead is something he once said. Each time the Interdarshan Championship is held, I will be watching from close by to choose a suitable person to inherit my estate. Assuming he remains committed to that promise, then he must be right here in the city somewhere. I suspect that the Eremites in question must have heard about that as well, and decided to come here and try their luck.
So they shouldn't know where Sachin is either, right?
I would assume not. Anyway, Mahamatra Saino is still on vacation, so I'll handle this. Don't you worry. A couple of kidnappers aren't gonna get very far in Sumeru City these days. I have my ways of forcing them out into the open. All of that said, if you're interested in Sachin's story, why don't you try tracking him down as well? The sooner we ascertain his whereabouts, the quicker we can act to ensure his safety. I mean, you could task all the Matra and the whole Core of 30 with someone's protection, but if the client doesn't show themselves, there's nothing we can do to help them.
Fair point. Guess we should start searching for him too, but where should we start?
do the Matra have any information at all on Sachin?
None, I'm afraid. He's never committed any crimes or broken academic protocol, so we don't have a very detailed file on him. I've heard that Alhaitham has now stepped down from his post as acting Grand Sage and is back to being the scribe again. Maybe it's worth checking to see if he knows anything.
Good idea! Okay, we'll head back to the extravaganza venue and see if we can find him.
So we're actually gonna be talking to Alhaitham again. After he was kind of hesitant on something when we left him. Oh, interesting. Neelu's okay. Neelu's here too. Neelu's here as well. And it's just Neelu.
Hey, Nilu, have you seen Alhaitham anywhere?
Alhaitham? Why, what is it?
We're trying to track down someone and we need him to pull up some records for us.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I don't know where he went. He's always the first to leave after the competition ends, and he never tells anyone where he'll be going.
Huh. Yeah, actually, that sounds about right for him.
Let me think. To be honest, he doesn't seem
Maybe
very
his
interested
house.
in the extravaganza, so he probably doesn't stick around longer than he has to. To him, being a commentator is just extra work he was roped into. Do you guys know of any places he'd go after work?
Maybe he went home.
Ooh, maybe. Paimon remembers that his house isn't that far from here, so we
I was
might
gonna
as well
say,
check
like,
it out.
he's no longer acting Grand Sage. He probably just went home. And it's not even that far, so we can just quickly access this from here. Also, what's Mirai up to anyway? Is he just observing the championship? Under Nahida's orders?
Let's try knocking.
Oh, how much would I bet that we're gonna be Kaveh here or something like that?
No answer? Maybe no one's home. Hello? Alhaitham?
This is how you piss someone off.
We need your help with something.
Just continues to knock on their
Oh,
door.
it's you two?
Oh, Kaveh's here. What did I say was gonna happen?
Home.
Come on in, I'll get the door for you.
We didn't hear a peep when we first knocked. We thought no one was home.
Well, I can't be too careful. If someone from the academia came here looking for Alhaitham, and I opened the door for them without thinking, before long the whole city would know that I'm living here.
You're pretty conscientious about this, huh? So, what happens if someone comes inside looking for him while you're at home?
It's fine, as long as I stay in my own room. Anyway, why would someone just barge in here looking for him? Most people have better things to do.
Fair enough. So do you know where he is at the moment?
What do you think? Who knows what he does in his free time? All that matters to me is that he's out of the house.
Did you have a quarrel or something?
I wouldn't call it that. He's just incapable of saying anything pleasant at all. I told him how the second round went. I won the lot draw, remember? Because of good karma, of course. My luck's on the rise. But him, being him... Oh, you wouldn't believe what he said after I was done talking! You're always quick to remind me that you're my upperclassman, and yet you do not problem solve in the manner becoming of an upperclassman. This begs
That's a
the
really good
question of
Alhaitham
why we
impression.
attach prestige to seniority at all. What does he mean, manner becoming of an upperclassman? What, am I supposed to earn the title of upperclassman now? And he didn't stop there. He said, I'd encourage you to reflect on why you've ended up having to rely on luck every round. Frankly, it's incomprehensible to me how you've managed to make it to this age without acknowledging the proverbial elephant in the room of your life.
Damn.
Yeah, that does sound like something Alhaitham would say.
Alhaitham doesn't
I've
believe in
had
the
it with
concept
him.
of luck then,
Every
huh?
time I talk to him,
He
it's
more
the
believes in the
same
concept
way.
of logic and
He finds a
reason.
way to infuriate me every single time. Anyway, the disdain is very much mutual between us, so I'll be moving out as soon as possible. I'm actually packing my things right now. He'll have to get used to doing his own cleaning and tidying from now on. See those perfectly hung paintings on the walls? They're coming with me too. If his life wasn't utterly devoid of artistic sensibility already, it certainly will be after today.
Wait, you're moving out already? But the competition isn't even over yet. How can you afford it?
Well, obviously I can't just yet. I'm just packing early to get ahead of the game. I've got my new place picked out already. The moment I have my hands on the prize money, I'm going to buy it and move my things right in. It'll take me 3 days tops to move out of here for good. I now know what I have to do to achieve this goal. No matter what happens in the third round, I will win. I will emerge triumphant. You'll see.
Well, we'll be rooting for you. But are you sure you'll be alright?
In what way?
Layla said that she thinks you'll get caught up in internal conflict.
Meaning what exactly? Oh, don't tell me you think I have serious personality flaws too.
I mean, it's not that.
We didn't say that. But think about it. You say you want to win, but you also turned Faruzan down when she offered to give you her points.
You're putting pressure on yourself,
Plus, you took it upon
Kaveh.
yourself to help those desert foxes.
Wait, what's so unusual about all that? I gave you my reasons. I would have felt guilty otherwise. Where's the conflict in that?
But did you ever consider thinking about yourself? Why would you feel guilty?
Well, when you put it like that, yes, why indeed? It's a good question. I guess it's just in my nature. Plus, if I just did nothing, then there'd be no escaping the blame if something bad came of it later down the line.
You're a kind person, Kaveh.
Thinking like that all the time must make your life
But you need to
so
also be concerned about
exhausting.
yourself as well.
Not to mention that by helping out, you put yourself at risk. Fainting in the middle of the desert, for example. Was that really worth it?
It's complicated. Look, let's maybe leave this conversation for another time. What was it you needed Alhaitham's help with, anyway?
We'd like him to help us look into Sachin.
Sachin? Huh. He did actually mention a Sachin recently.
He did?
I remember he brought a few documents home that day. He was thinking out loud as he looked through them, making some notes and doodling as he went. He even suggested that I should take a look, but I didn't. Give me a moment. Let me go find them. Ah, this is the one. Here, take it.
You sure he'd be okay with this?
With taking liberties? He's certainly okay with helping himself to my beer whenever he pleases. And anyway, he did ask me if I wanted to read his notes. I didn't see the point at the time, so he just left them on the side. He doesn't leave documents lying around unless he's okay with other people reading them. It's fine, I promise.
Cool, if you say so. Okay, let's see what he's got on Sachin.
Sachin is dead. I'm kidding. Let's take a look here. Oh no. Sachin was born into a wealthy family, and his father Rajput was renowned merchant Sumeru with many properties to his name. At the age of 9, Sachin enrolled in the Valhalla and achieved his excellent grades. At the age of 15, he completed all of his courses and graduated first in class, and accomplished greatly lauded by the sages. At 16, he ventured out and began to research the local environment customs. His travels took him to Sumeru's rainforests and deserts. When he was 23 years old, his father passed away. He went into Sumeru City to take his father's business and spent 2 years here. At 25, he ventured to the desert to conduct field research. Records show that he traveled with the caravan and lived in our village for a period of time. At 32, he returned to Sumeru City. He looked withered and worried, his mental state in shambles. Much speculation arose amongst the outsiders, but Sachin locked himself in his room and did not respond. At 33, he entrusted all his properties to the Academia and pledged to donate all proceeds to the Academia. He wrote a contract regarding the use of the proceeds and following property ownership. His next of code from Sachin, when the contract was signed, 30% of all revenue generated from the business will be used to fund prizes for the International Championship, which will encourage your prodigies to actually participate in the competition. I will also be donating my entire collection, the most prominent item being the Diadem of Knowledge, who will serve as a symbol of great honor in the Introduction Championship. Only the winner of the competition may wear it. But we had multiple. In addition, the Academia is only given the right to maintain and manage my properties. Ownership does not belong to the Academia, nor belongs to me. Each year when the International Championship is held, I will keep a close eye on each candidate. If I particularly identify with a participant, I will reveal myself. I will then bequeath all my wealth to this individual whom I judge worthy of my acknowledgement. The other usage of direct assets and proceeds under my name. I hope that Academia will respect any and all decisions made by that person. The contract came into effect. He returned to the desk to continue his investigations, but there's no word from him since. He was claimed to see in the desert, but none of the claims have been verified. 20 years has passed since then. He wouldn't follow Humana, right? He was lost in the desert. Could he be? Would a son of an academia student be allowed to participate in a different darshan than, or would a person be allowed to be joined a different darshan that his parents were not part of? Because what if Sachin is Kaveh's father? You know, like, wouldn't that make the most sense? You know, Kaveh is being pushed as the main character here. Wouldn't it make sense that Kaveh would be the son of Sachin?
That was a lot of information. Paimon's getting a headache. So, to sum up, Sachin put the Academia in charge of managing his estate and went off to do research, right? He even said that if he really liked one of the contestants, he wouldn't just give them a reward, but his entire estate.
Yeah, it has to be one of the 6
Oh, that must be worth
current
heaps
contestants
and
then.
heaps of Mora.
What? Are you serious? All of Sachin's wealth, that's more than I could spend in a lifetime, surely. Heck, if I got chosen,
Actually, no,
I'd be
wait.
able to pay off all my debts, then buy a new
His
place,
father, never mind.
and still have
It can't be
cash
his
to
father.
burn.
Never mind. I take that back.
I could
It
build
can't be.
another palace of Alcazar's array. Except this time, I'd make it 10 times bigger.
Kaveh.
Oh, then there's that new project in Port Ormos, of course. The bridge renovation. To do it properly would take upwards of...
Kaveh.
Hey, snap out of it! You're getting way ahead of yourself there, mister.
You're right.
Or maybe it's
First, I
Kaveh's
need to focus on
ancestor.
winning and moving out of this place.
But it's just been 20 years though.
Wait a moment.
So it can't be
There's a
a
loose slip of paper tucked in
ancestor
between
descendant
these
rule, could
pages.
it?
Did Alhaitham write this? It looks like he was jotting ideas down as he was thinking things over. Let's see. Two phrases have been circled. Sachin dead or alive, unknown, and Diadem of Knowledge. Some of this stuff is just plain incomprehensible. Is this written in some other language?
Let me see. Huh. I recognize this script. Give me a second. Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can.
Or is it the ghost that we
That's a rough
saw?
translation anyway. I can't guarantee it's 100%
Or the memory that we saw
accurate.
at the very beginning?
There's another smaller line of text underneath. Huh. Why would he bring that up?
Wow, it's so cool that you can actually read this script!
We worked together on a project once when we were students. The title was Decoding the Runes and Architectural Philosophy of the Ruins
So
of
you
King
studied
Dashret's
ancient
Civilization.
language.
I had to familiarize myself a
Interesting.
little with this script at the time.
Oh, interesting. So, any idea what Alhaitham meant by all this?
Who knows? The way his mind works is one of the great mysteries of the world.
Fair enough. Well, guess we've learned all we can here.
Let's hope Arolf made some progress.
Yeah, he better catch those crooks. But until then, let's just head out for a stroll.
Just relax for a bit. Act 2 complete. I'll see you later, Kaveh. and the plot thickens. Next time, it's the finale. Parade of Providence, Parade of Providence, Act 3. To claim the crown. Let's see how the story ends. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. ACairconditioner signing out. Have a good one, guys, and stay safe.